Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes, episode 101. So we are in triple digits and we are loving it, feeling very excited to be able to come to you today, a day later than normal, to provide you some information and education. And much of our material comes from, what happens exactly in the mortgage business by rules and definitions and what things happen. And every so often, we like to come with you with some just general information or understanding of how emotional the process of home buying can be. So, again, I'm Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialists, and here today, going to talk to you about having patience and making a plan when buying a home. As both of those terminologies come in very important and very handy right now with the market that we're in. I don't feel there's much of a comparison into purchasing anything else comparison to the housing market right now, where there's just not enough supply in regards to enough inventory of what buyers need. So when we always think of the word patience, always comes Guns N' Roses song Patience, have a little patience. And we can all recite the words, and maybe our video guys here are going to be able to throw a little GNR in the background, giving us a little patience. But that is the word that keeps coming to mind when talking to my buyers that are pre-approved right now, because it is a frustrating process. I think purchasing a home always has been a little bit of a frustrating process because you never get exactly what you want. I hear clients say, well, I will like this and this house, this and that house, and this lot. Can we put all that together and do something different? Even if you build your own house, sometimes there isn't exactly what you need and want. So what we're coming to you today is to give you a little bit of a plan on having patience and how to go about it a little bit to make it as most beneficial as it possibly can for you, the buyer, in the process. Obviously, making a plan is knowing as much as you can. Some people spend a lot of time being educated. Some just go again and trust some professionals, which we'll talk here a little bit about in a minute. But you want to have both. You want to be educated to know what's going on with the market. Having your needs and your wants figured out. Where do you have to live? Where can you not live? What can you go without? And I think in this day and age, sometimes people get their needs and their wants confused. And we all want a lot of different things. But what do we have to have in a home? As homes keep rising in prices, do we want to keep holding out for our wants when our needs are really there to have a place to live and to raise our family and to call something our own? So the biggest thing I can tell you is understanding the market, finding out what's going on. And I can tell you a lot of our clients understand that the market is tough for buyers, but they just don't like it, so they don't admit to it being the case. Where we help guide them through and explain them through other clients going through the same thing is that at some point in time, we don't see the market changing. And if it's not changing, what do we got to do? We have to accept what it is and make a decision and move forward. You can choose to not make an exception, and you cannot choose to not accept what reality is. But at some point in time, you're going to get this false sense of hope that you'll never be able to obtain a property. And I can tell you, we still have clients obtaining properties under contract, closing on them. So can it happen? Sure, it can happen. It's frustrating. It is a difficult process. It is highs and lows. It is emotional, but having as much patience and making a plan is going to benefit you as much as possible. So I think the biggest thing I can share with you in having a plan is hiring reputable individuals, hiring experienced, reputable real estate agents, hiring experienced and reputable mortgage providers, and title professionals that are experienced and reputable as well. It makes a huge difference. I can tell you of many clients that might go with their cousin or their friend that's part-time, whether it's a mortgage, title, or a realtor, and they don't have the best experience, or they're not getting a house because they don't know the ways around the market to get your best foot forward. And that's what you're really trying to accomplish. We can suggest many different people to you that have been around this industry for a long time. I know even some of my competitors in the mortgage industry, I chat about and work together with them to understand what they're seeing. And when my clients are talking to them as in competition with me, I'll tell them those people are great. They're experienced. Go with them or go with us. Make it happen for you, of someone that knows what the industry looks like, has been through the ups and downs, and can make the process as smooth and easy as we can for you, the buyer itself. One of the other ideas for having patience is being open to compromise. I see certain people say they want to be in a certain pocket of neighborhood, and right now that might not be a possibility. Be open to seeing suggestions that the mortgage person or the realtor can, put in front of you to see if that house might work or it might not. Also, putting your offers in. I can see that people still in this time and this effort of this kind of markets are saying, well, I'm not going to bid over ask. I'm not going to bid full price because that's not what you should do. You should always try to negotiate something. And that's fine. But once you start doing that 2 or 3 times and you're getting answers back from the sellers that don't necessarily match, getting your offer accepted, you need to be realistic and understand, okay, it looks like what I'm doing in this process isn't working to get a house. So in conclusion, again, we've used the word patience and planning throughout this entire video. Have as much patience as you can. The home buying experience has always been an emotional one. This time of year, it is, and this time in our market cycles is a little bit more challenging. But even if we go back to 2010, when we had a multitude of houses for sale, it still was a stressful time. And which house do you pick? So the more you can get a plan, the more you can understand that you're going to have ups and downs and highs and lows, and you're going to be frustrated a little bit. That's part of, unfortunately, life and what we have to go through to obtain a house. Now that you understand a little bit better, you can be prepared for the highs and lows. Do your best to have as much patience as possible. Put together a plan that will benefit you in getting a home. Again, we're here to answer any questions at 402-991-5153, or you can check us out on our website at mtg-specialist.com. And anytime, day, night, weekends, evenings, we would love to chat and get you the correct answers and information in regards to housing and you getting into your first, second, third, or 20th home. Have a great week. We'll see you all next time. Thanks. Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.